In the small farming town of Millbrook, Alabama, Myron and Eliza Richards were known as the perfect couple. Married for 42 years, 3 children, 6 grandchildren. Every Sunday, they sat together in the third pew of the Baptist church. Every evening, they walked hand in hand around the town square. Neighbors called them the love story of Millbrook. Then, on the morning of March 14, 2014, police received a 911 call from their daughter, Sarah. Her voice was shaking. She said 5 words that would rip a family apart forever. "My father just confessed to me." Confessed to what? When police arrived at the Richards farmhouse, they found Eliza alive but broken, and Myron sitting in his rocking chair, waiting. This is the horrifying case of Myron and Eliza Richards.
Eliza Richards was 64 years old, a retired schoolteacher. She taught 2nd grade for 31 years. Former students still called her Miss Eliza. She had diabetes, high blood pressure, arthritis in both knees. She was not a threat to anyone. But according to her husband of 42 years, she was a threat to his happiness. For a decade, Eliza had been sick, bedridden some days. Myron was her caretaker. He cooked her meals, he gave her insulin shots, he bathed her. The family thought he was a saint. The truth was far darker. For 10 years, Myron had been poisoning his wife, not to kill her quickly, to keep her sick, to keep her dependent, to keep her quiet. He used her own insulin. Too much, then too little, then a cocktail of her heart medication and something else, something he bought online. Eliza's health collapsed so slowly that no one noticed the pattern, except Sarah, the daughter.
The poisoning started slowly. In 2004, Eliza was healthy. She gardened, she baked, she played with her grandchildren. By 2006, she was using a cane. By 2008, a walker. By 2012, she could barely leave her bed. Doctors ran tests. They blamed old age. They blamed diabetes. They blamed bad luck. No one blamed Myron. But Sarah noticed something. Every time Eliza had a good week, every time she started to improve, Myron would take her to the hospital for a checkup. And every time, Eliza came back worse. Sarah started keeping a journal. Dates, symptoms, her father's behavior. She wrote, "Mom got better yesterday. Today, Dad gave her insulin twice. Now she can't stand." The pattern was undeniable, but Sarah needed proof. On March 13th, 2014, Sarah confronted her father. She drove to the farmhouse. Eliza was in bed, barely conscious. Myron was in the kitchen, making soup. Sarah asked him directly, "Are you hurting Mom?" Myron did not deny it. He sat down at the kitchen table. He poured himself a glass of sweet tea, and he said, "I love your mother, but I am tired, Sarah. I am so tired." Sarah called the police the next morning. When detectives searched the farmhouse, they found vials, dozens of them. Insulin, beta blockers, digoxin. Some prescribed to Eliza, some prescribed to Myron. Some bought online under fake names. They found a notebook, not Sarah's, Myron's. In it, he had documented every dose, every hospital visit, every time Eliza almost died. The final entry read, March 13th, double dose. She will not wake up this time. But Eliza did wake up. Myron Richards was arrested that afternoon. He did not run, did not fight. He asked if he could finish his soup.
But the twist came from the interrogation room. When the detective asked why, Myron did not say he hated his wife. He did not say he wanted her money. Their life insurance was only $10,000. He said this: "I loved her too much to leave her, and I loved myself too much to stay." He wanted a life without her. But divorce was not Christian. Suicide was a sin. So he chose the only option he believed God would forgive, making her death look natural. He had been trying to kill Eliza for 10 years. 10 years of slow poison. 10 years of watching her fade. And still, she survived. The detective asked, "Do you feel guilty?" Myron laughed. "I feel tired. Guilt is for people who get caught." The trial lasted 2 weeks. The prosecution played the interrogation tape. The courtroom heard Myron say, "Guilt is for people who get caught." Sarah testified. She read from her journal. She did not look at her father. Eliza testified from a wheelchair. She was frail. Her voice was soft. But she was alive. The prosecutor asked her, "Do you still love your husband?" Eliza looked at Myron. For a long time, she said nothing. Then she said, "I love the man I married. I do not know who that man is." The jury deliberated for 6 hours. Guilty. Attempted murder. 20 years in state prison. Myron showed no emotion. As bailiffs led him away, he looked at his daughter and said, "Tell your mother I saved her soup." Myron Richards is serving his sentence at a medium security prison in Alabama. He will be 83 years old when he is eligible for parole. Eliza Richards moved in with her daughter. She uses a wheelchair permanently. The doctors say the damage to her heart is irreversible. But she is alive. And every morning, Sarah makes her breakfast. Every evening, they sit on the porch together. The same porch where Myron once rocked in his chair, watching, waiting, planning. Sarah kept her journal. She turned it into a book. The proceeds go to a foundation for elderly abuse victims. At the back of the book, she wrote, "My father tried to kill my mother for 10 years. He failed because she was stronger than he ever knew, and because I was watching." The case of Myron and Eliza Richards is not about a monster in a mask. It is about a monster who said, "I love you," every night, who held her hand at church, who poisoned her tea and called it medicine. Eliza survived because her daughter paid attention, because Sarah wrote things down, because she asked the question no one wanted to ask. Are you hurting, Mom? So here is the warning. Love should not make you sick. If it does, someone is watching. Someone who loves you more than they fear the truth. I'm True Crime Chronicles. Stay aware. Stay questioning.